It's Margarita, and I want to know, do we really need one signature scent? Just one? Only one? Oh my goodness, that is sacrilegious to a fragrance collector, right? Or is it? A lot of people believe, and you know what? Under my own videos as of late, I've been getting some heat from viewers who believe that having a large fragrance collection is too much. Now, again, size is relative and it's all subjective to one's opinion of what a large collection is. To some people, 10 fragrances is a large collection, where to some others, it's just like only 10. Like in the previous video, I mentioned I wear 10 fragrances a day because I like to layer and my skin just does not hold fragrance. But a question came up about signature scents. Like if you had to pick just one, and can you pick just one? And should you pick just one? It's so funny how fragrance has now become a conversation of ethics. Let me know in the comments if you agree, like if people are doing too much when it comes to ethics about the number of fragrances that you own. If, I had to say though, I do have some signature scents and I wear them in a way where they're not alone. I don't think there's ever any time that I'm wearing a single fragrance unless it's one of these two. And I'm going to tell you why. This right here. For y'all who do not know, this is the holy grail of gourmand fragrances, period, point, ever. We can argue about it in the comments. Italica by Xerjoff. I have never smelled a better gourmand fragrance in my life. If I had to choose one and forsake all others, this would be it. If I had to say I had a signature scent, this would be it. But here's what's interesting. I don't wear her alone. So does that make this a signature scent? One thing I do is I do. Okay, I'm silly. Y'all know that. One thing that I do is I layer this with most of my fragrances. If I'm having a gourmand day, which is 99.9% of my days, I'm going to have this in my combination somewhere. I will typically put this on first and put this on last. This is like a sugary sweet, syrupy even, vanilla caramel that is so heavy and rich. It's almost like melted butterscotch with some sophisticated musk note. You guys, if you have not gotten your nose on this, your nose has not smelled. You have not smelled until you smelled Xerjoff's Casa Morati Italica. But yeah, that said, there are very few occasions in which I wear this alone. Now, I have worn this alone because honestly, she needs no company. She can stand alone on her own. However, now that I've gotten into fragrance layering, and also now that more people have become hip to this fragrance and similar ones, I don't want to smell like everyone else. So while I do consider this a signature scent, I typically layer it just to amp it up. Now, my number two, quote unquote, signature scent, I like it for similar reasons. And this one is Keep Glazed by House of Oud. Another gourmand baddie. House of Oud fragrances are more miss than hit with me because they tend to be spicy. And I'm not a fan of spicy fragrances. Spices tend to just stink on me versus smell sophisticated and niche like they may on someone with a different body chemistry. But this one right here is a straight up gourmand. This is a glazed donut on steroids with a hint of like some type of juicy fruits. This is another one. If you don't like straight up caramel vanilla scents like Italica, this one may be a good alternative. Sometimes I will layer these two together, and honey, this is a diabolical combination. If you ever wanted to smell like a snack, this is the snackiest of snacks right here, this combination here. So I would have to say that these are my two signature scents if I had to say that. But again, I typically layer them with other things. So I want to know from you viewers, would it still be considered a signature scent if you don't wear it as a standalone? Or would these be scents that you would just consider like nice baseline foundation fragrances? Now, these fragrances do tend to overpower other fragrances, which I like because they are two of my favorites. But it just makes you wonder, like, is it signature? So that's my question. I want to know from you all, what constitutes a signature scent in your opinion? We could talk about it in the comments. Now, my opinion on do we just need one signature scent is going to probably be the same as my answer on other things. It depends. It depends on the circles you run in, your lifestyle, your personal preferences, and also how you feel. Fragrance is a feeling. It is a whole vibe. It is a mood. But most of all, it is something that people remember you by. The sense of smell is the strongest of our senses that is tied to memory. We can smell something that we haven't smelled in years and it'll put us right back in that place instantly. So the thing is this, how do you want to be remembered? Now, it's one thing to say, oh, I have too many fragrances. And if all those fragrances just don't do it for you, then yeah, you have too many. But if you have a bunch of bangers in your collection and it's just like, oh, this is doing it for me, then you can pick a vibe. Like, for example, when I go dancing, I might have certain fragrances that I wear for dancing because those are my dance fragrances. And when I go, I want people to know I'm in the building. Whereas if I'm maybe going on a date, I'm like, okay, I want this one to know that, hey, I want to smell like a snack. I want to be the only thing that this person can focus on. If I'm at work, you don't want to be too loud at work, but you do want to at least smell good and have some type of a trail without being distracting in the office. So I do think that you need different signature fragrances for different occasions. Can one fragrance do that? Possibly. Again, it depends. If you'd like to sample these and any other fragrances in my collection, if I think they're worth sharing, they're on my website, whistlenotes.com. Also, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anyone else who you think would love to know all the tea on what smells good, what smells bad, and just what we're talking about in the smelling world, like what's going on in FragrCom. And until next time, I am Margarita, and you have an awesome day. Bye.